Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa. Vaheguru. So we left last semester on the Shahidi of Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib. How old was Guru Gobind Rai at the time? Who remembers Harkirat? 9 years old. That's right. Excellent. Good job. Uh, so at 9 years old, Guru Gobind Rai becomes Guru. The value of our great Guru, one of the most amazing men, most amazing being of in existence in this universe, who is our Guru. Great revolutionary. He uplifted the masses at a very crucial time in our history. The Mughals were bent upon converting everybody into Islam and ending basically the entire history of spirituality in India. There was a feudal system, and Sadhguru wanted to create equality even financially, the way you earn, your quality of living. Guru Sahib wanted to create a classless society where we didn't have castes, we didn't have rich man, poor man. He wanted to give equality to everyone and give everyone a fair chance at having a good life. So in Anandpur, it was announced that if you wanted to live free, you could come to Anandpur and live there. And you would have freedom of faith, you would have freedom to earn the way you wanted to, you would have freedom to live the way you wanted to. Political revolutionary, spiritual revolutionary. Guru Sahib taught us to stand up for our rights and for the rights of others. Excellent. 100 points to everyone who said others. You just said it again? All right. So, very important, okay? When we see injustice happening to others, it's also our duty to stand up for them. All right? This is not a time to raise weapons and missiles, and that's not what Guru Sahib is telling us to do. He's telling us to stand up vocally. You can stand up for someone's right. When someone is being oppressed or is facing injustice or inequality, it's our job to stand up for them. Okay? You can do it vocally, you can do it spiritually. If you need to do it physically, you should. But the main point is, in this day and age, I'm not telling you to go out and kill people, all right? What you need to do is stand up and have your voices heard and not be scared of standing up to others, okay? Or standing up to injustice. So the Shahidi of Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib created a great deal of anger among the masses, okay? A great deal of frustration. People were literally angry at the Mughal rulers. On one hand, they were trying to convert everyone to Islam. And on the other hand, this heroic figure who championed them was executed at Seesganj in Delhi. So a great deal of anger that kind of spurred this revolution that was the Khalsa. Okay, the Khalsa is that revolution that started here. Okay, you are the revolutionaries. That's who we are. So as you remember the story, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji was executed. His head was cut off, and his head was picked up by who remembers? Yes, Kabir. Bhai Jata Ji. Kabir. Karan. Oh, dude. That's 500 points. Why did he say Jeevan Singh? Karan, why did you say Jeevan Singh? Yeah, in Vaisakhi, when they converted to the Khalsa, his name was changed from Bhai Jata Ji to Bhai Jeevan Singh. Very good, excellent. So when you take Amrit, actually even today, that's part of the Rehat. We are born with Sikh names, but if you're not, actually when you take Amrit, the Panch Pyare will, if you don't have a Sikh name, they will give you a Sikh name. So when he took Amrit, he actually took it on Vaisakhi Day, the day when the Kautak happened in 1699. He took it on that day after the Panch Pyare. So he was renamed Jeevan Singh. So very good, Karan. So this is another painting which I found very beautiful. When Bhai Jeta ji brings the head of Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib to Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj, Gobind Rai at the time. So Gobind Rai hugs him and says what? What does he tell him? Somebody besides Karan? Come on, guys, you know this. He tells him, Zoravar, right? Rangrete Guru ke bete. He hugs him and says that you are the Guru's son, right? The sons of the Guru bring their father's body to the pyre and set it afire. So he brought Guru Sahib's cease. And Rangrete actually are low caste. So he was uplifting, at that moment, he's uplifting this entire community. Okay, Rangrete were the lowest of the low. So he hugged him and saying, Rangrete Guru ke bete, right? This is hard to imagine now. We are born in a kind of a classless society. We're born into this privilege where we don't see that much of this. We don't have that much of a class system here. We kind of have an economic class system, but we don't have like by birth you're born, into a caste where you are not allowed to be free to uplift yourself economically. So this was an amazing moment. There's another painting of it. I love this. Such a beautiful moment. So then Guru Sahib Gobind Rai is given the tilak of Guru, became the 10th master of Guru Nanak's light. The divine light of Guru Nanak came into Guru Gobind Rai. So Baba Buddha Ji gave the Raj Tilak to the first five gurus, from Guru Angad Dev Ji to Guru Har Gobind Sahib. And then he passed away. So this is his grandson, actually. Bhai Gurditta Ji left his body. Bhai Ram Kanwar, descended from Baba Buddha Ji, put the tilak of the 10th master on Guru Gobind Rai. And from day one, Guru Sahib is now trying to tell everyone that if you want to live free, you can come to Anandpur. And word gets around. Word gets around to the entire country, and people flock to Anandpur to live here under this amazing new man who's teaching us that we can actually stand up to oppression. Okay, amazing, amazing moment in world history. And from day one, well, he starts building forts also. He built, I think, four forts in Anandpur. If you go today to Anandpur Sahib, you can actually see the 4 forts. There are remnants of all 4. And Guru Sahib lived in Anandpur for 7 years. And he himself now is being trained. Literature, he's learning the holy texts of the Hindus, the holy texts of the Muslims, and he's being taught in Persian, so Farsi, in Sanskrit, in Hindi, Gurmukhi, Arabic. Okay, he's learning all these languages. And this is going to further take him into this literature that he's created. He's learning the art of weaponry, warfare, how to use a rifle, how to use a sword, a spear, an arrow, ride a horse, and yes, Ajit. No, they had guns. No. No. We had cannons, there were guns. Not a lot, it was just starting, but there were muskets. Guru Sahib was married to Ajit Kaur, Mata Jito Ji. At the time, kids were married very young. If you go to your own great-grandfather, grandmothers, great-grandfathers or mothers, good chance that they were also married at a very young age. Japnam's there. So again, that was just the way it was. Nothing much to read into this. Mata Jita Ji actually passed away in 1700. She, in her bhakti, in her meditation, she saw that her 4 sons were going to be shaheed. The Char Sahibzade, she saw that in her bhakti, in her meditation. And she went to Guru Sahib and she said, is this going to happen? What did I see? What did I just see? And Guru Sahib, yeah, said, yes, this is what is destined. This is Hukam of Vaheguru, and this is what is going to happen to your sons. And she asked permission to leave her body and to go to Sachkhand. She said, Maharaj, I won't be able to take it. I won't be able to see this. So if you give me permission, I want to leave my body now. So Guru Sahib actually blessed her and he allowed her to leave her body before. It was a very beautiful moment. There's a book called Sat Aukya Rata. It is available in English. It is about, one of the chapters is about this amazing story of Mata Jito Ji and how she left her body in this meditation. And she reaches this amazing Sachkhand and she enters Sachkhand to this joy and happiness. But the Sahibzade were Shaheed in 1704. So she left almost 4 years before the Shahidi of the Char Sahibzade. This is a tent. Aurangzeb got a tent from Kabul, a very beautiful, very expensive tent for his coronation. So the Sikhs of Kabul said that our Sache Pacha, what does Sache Pacha mean? True. True. True king. Pacha, king. Bacha is king. So Sache Pacha is true king. Yes. So the Sikhs of Kabul of Afghanistan said that our Guru is the true king and he should have even a more beautiful tent. So they made this very expensive, very beautiful tent that Guru Sahib received, and Guru Sahib would hold court in that beautiful tent. And it made the hill Rajas jealous, basically. It made them angry. They were a jealous group of people. And it made them angry that this young kid had such expensive things. So this is the king of Kahlur, Bhimchand. He is the antagonist of the story, villain. He looks like a villain, right? All right. I know, they've made him slouched. This is how villains sit. Yeah. It looks like a bum. It's very good, but it's like a recliner. All right. So he's getting scared that Guru Sahib is getting all this power, popularity. These guys were very petty. Try to understand, in the old days, you had like the kingdom of Bergen County, the kingdom of Passaic County, the kingdom of Manhattan, the kingdom of Bronx, the kingdom of Brooklyn. These are all little kingdoms, okay? They had a king, they had an army. India was a country of 500 kingdoms, these little kingdoms. So these were the hill Rajas. They had these little areas where they were kings of that area. So this is Bhimchand, kind of a jealous, hostile kind of guy. He's very jealous of Guru Gobind Rai and all the stuff he has. He's jealous of his gifts that he's getting. So, they're coming, they're scared, they're telling Guru Sahib, why are you rocking the boat? The way you're setting up an army and the fort, Aurangzeb is going to come and he's going to, massacre all of us. So Guru Sahib is trying to teach them to stand up for themselves. Okay, it's a time of great anger, frustration, but there's also a great time of great fear. So the masses are afraid of what? We're all afraid of death, right? Being killed and losing. So now Guru Sahib is teaching us to be revolutionaries, right? So part of revolutionary is to have courage and to be brave and fearless. So these guys have been fearful and cowardly for generations, and now all of a sudden, this king of Anandpur, Sache Pacha of Anandpur, is telling everyone to stand up for themselves. And Guru Sahib, when he spoke about injustice, he roared. He roared like a lion. Okay, this was this amazing presence in the room, very inspiring, very courageous, brave, fearless, and people had not seen a person like this. Okay, everyone said, keep your head down, don't rock the boat, live in fear, and you'll survive, right? But now this live in fear was being changed to now you have to now convert to Islam. So that was way, way too far. but people are still coming to him and telling him, calm down, be peaceful. Even other Sikhs are coming. And look at him, he's got his sword out. He's inspiring courage and bravery. He Aurangzeb decreed that no one in his kingdom could beat the Nagara. During Ardas, we play the Nagara during Ardas. There's a purpose of that. A Nagara in that time, when you entered a battlefield, you would play the Nagara. It was to uplift the soldiers, to uplift your army that you were going into battle. In Guru Sahib called this the Ranjit Nagara. Ranjit means the victor, okay, victory, the drum of freedom, basically. So when it was played in Anandpur, it was announcing to the world that Anandpur is free. The Khalsa is free. Okay, even today, the Khalsa lives free. All right, we are free to worship the way we want. We are free to dress the way we want. We are free to live the way we want. Okay, the Khalsa lives free. When we beat the Nagara during Ardas downstairs, we are also announcing to the world, we're announcing to everyone that the Khalsa is free. All right, the freedom was given to us by our great Guru, the 10th Master, Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj, the revolutionary who made us into revolutionaries. But these are, and the first Nagarchi of Ranjit Nagara, who knows? Was Bhai Jeevan Singh. Bhai Jeevan Singh was the first Nagarchi. Bhai Jetaji was given this honor. He was the first Nagarchi of Anandpur. Very cool. These are some other photos of Nagara. All right, even now in Gurdwaras, the rehat is that it is beaten twice a day, morning Ardas and evening Ardas. In the historic Gurdwaras and major Gurdwaras in India, even now, it is played twice a day. It's a remnant of our old rehat of announcing to the world that the Khalsa is free. Look at this. It's an old Nagara from 1889. Pretty cool, right? Can everyone say wow? What did you say wow to? And how big was it? Huge. 1889. Look at this. Golden Temple. This is Darbar Sahib. Look at this. This is Darbar Sahib. It's like outside of Darbar Sahib. These are these old, I guess. Come on, man. This is really cool. It's huge. How do they draw so good? This is a photo. Oh. Yeah, this is old. This is like by B.W. Kilburn. It says it right there, photographer. It's a photo. It's an old photo. This is a Nihang Singh here. That's a Nihang Singh. It's an old. Story goes that Raja Ram of Assam, Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib went to see him. He was a very devout Sikh. He was Raja of Assam, Raja Ram Rai of Gauripur. So he comes and he does a lot of seva for Guru Sahib. This is way on the east of India. On one of his travels, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji met him. And Ram Rai says that I don't have kids and I'm a king and I have no, future heir. So bless me with a child. So Guru Sahib actually touches, he has a ring on, it touches the queen, and she gives birth a few months, 9-10 months later, to a child, Ratan Rai. And the child has the mark of the Guru on his forehead when the child is born. So at the age of 7, that's a little baby, Ratan Rai. Is he adorable? That's it? Right? It says right there. So Ratan Rai tells his mother at the age of 7 that he wants to meet Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib. Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib is by then Shaheed, and his mother tells him that his son, Gobind Rai, is now Guru, and we can go to meet him. So in a few years, they make that trip from Assam, which is really far, to Anandpur, and Ratan Rai reaches Guru Sahib. with gifts, very expensive gifts. And Ratan Rai's mother warns him that when you give gifts to Guru Sahib, because everything has we receive is from the divine creator. So we are not the giver. You're giving something to the giver. Are we getting that? Even when we give something, we matha take $1, we call it bheta. Okay, bheta is just an offering. We're not paying you, we're not giving a donation. Sometimes we say, no, give a donation to Gurdwara Sahib. That's a wrong way to say it. We are not the giver. The giver is Vaheguru themselves. If we are giving a bheta, we are giving an offering, right? So she warns him that when you give it, don't show ego to Guru Sahib. Don't have ego in your heart, because Guru is the giver, and now you're giving a gift to the giver. So she warns him of that. He brings this elephant, the Prasadi Hathi, which in its time was really amazing. Very intelligent elephant. He would do matha take. He would do chore sahib of Guru Sahib. He was trained. He would wash Guru's feet. And he brought other gadgets. There's another kind of a thing in the comic book. Pretty cool. Gifted elephant. Oh, carried lit candles too. There you go. Would wipe Guru Sahib's feet. So it's a little cool gift, right? It's like giving someone a Ferrari. Lamborghini, Ferrari, what do we like? Bugatti. Brought him arrows. Look at this. All right, so what happens is this guy's getting more jealous, right? Raja Bhimchand. And Bhimchand is a good guy or bad guy? Is he a villain? Evil villain. Okay. All right, so this guy's just getting jealous of all the stuff that Guru Sahib is getting. By the way, this painting is kind of ridiculous because Guru Sahib was much younger and they've got him like dressed up. But anyway, that's how they made it. So there's like these little skirmishes happen. He has hostilities. Sometimes the soldiers go out. They have to fight a battle with his soldiers. So they're getting this, this hostility with the hill rajas. And so Medni Prakash of the kingdom of Sirmaur up in the mountains invites Guru Sahib to come and stay in Sirmaur. All right. Guru Sahib at the age of 16 leaves Anandpur. All right. So from the age of 9 to the age of 16, which is how much? 7 years? Do the math, right? 7 years. Okay. So at the age of 16, he leaves Anandpur and goes to Sirmaur, the kingdom of Sirmaur. And so Medni Prakash comes and invites Guru Sahib to come and stay in Sirmaur. So Guru Sahib reaches there, and Medni Prakash, the king of Sirmaur, tells him that you can choose a site anywhere in my kingdom and you can set up a center there for yourself. All right. So Guru Sahib finds a very beautiful spot in the mountains, and he creates a great center of learning, literature, poetry in Paonta Sahib. Okay, that's called Paonta Sahib, and it's a very beautiful Gurdwara in the mountains, and it is my dream to go there. And I've never been there. I don't know if I ever will. It's literally up in the mountains, but you have to like drive like one of those mountain routes to go round and round and round up to the mountains. So this is what it looks like today, just to give you an idea. A very beautiful part. India is a very big country, man. So again, this is in the mountains. So these are where these kingdoms, these little kingdoms were, okay? That's what it looks like today. These are like tourist spots now because it's a very beautiful part of the country. So a very beautiful story here that Guru Sahib invited scholars to come to Paonta Sahib, okay? Scholars of India now flocked. Under Aurangzeb, you could not even write anything. You would upset the king and he could kill you. So they came here to write in freedom. There were 52 poets in the Guru's Darbar, 52, right? Bhavanja Kavi. And that's why Dr. Bob is kind of encouraging you guys to do spoken word and poetry, because this is a very beloved thing of Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj. Guru Sahib loved poetry. Once a month, he would have Kavi Darbar, and he would collect these scholars and poets, and they would come and sing what they had written. And they were in every language too, just to as a note. They were in Arabic, they were in Bridge, which is Hindi basically. They were in Punjabi, they were in Farsi, okay, in Persian, and in Sanskrit. So Guru Sahib loved all kinds of languages, and he heard all kinds of different types of spiritual poetry. So Guru Sahib wrote Jap Sahib, Swaiye, Chandi Diwar. He wrote Jap Sahib when he was only 19 years old. Jap Sahib is our which Bani? We have 5 Banis. First is Japji Sahib. Second is Jap Sahib. So Jap Sahib was written by Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Can you believe that? When he was a teenager. When he was 19 years old, it's been written. So what happened was the poets and the scholars said that the Yamuna River is too loud. When a river comes downstream, there's a huge amount of noise that comes from the water hitting the rocks. Okay? River, try to imagine in the mountains coming downstream, a huge amount of noise. So the scholars were saying that they couldn't hear, it was too loud, they couldn't focus on what they were doing. So Guru Sahib one day takes his horse there, and he puts his hands out, and he says, Shant ho jao. All right? The river became quiet there. All right, so he said, Shant ho jao, right? And the river became quiet. Till today, the river outside Paonta Sahib does not make any noise. It is silent. If you go a mile upstream, it's very loud. If you go a mile downstream, it's very loud. But at Paonta Sahib, it's absolutely silent. Even today, that is the case. And people don't know why it does that, but this is what happened. And that's why I want to, also one of the reasons I would love to go there. But a lot of Dasam Bani, Swaiye, Chopai Sahib, all of this was written up in Paonta Sahib. So this was this 4-year period of Guru Sahib's life where he wrote. Okay, he wrote a lot of Bani, very inspiring Bani, revolutionary Bani. He had his scholars translate old Hindu texts. The whole old Hindu texts were written in Sanskrit. Sanskrit was only a language permitted to be learned by and taught by Brahmins, the top class. All the other classes could not even learn Sanskrit. Sadhguru had these old sacred texts translated into Hindi, into the local language, so everyone could read it and could understand it. All right? Very interesting. I didn't know that. I just read that yesterday. So that's amazing that he did that. That also angered the Hill Rajas, the Brahmins, because he was breaking their monopoly. They had a monopoly on religion, so he was breaking that monopoly, and that angered them further. Pir Buddha Shah, a Muslim saint, lived 12 miles away. This is the first time he met Guru Sahib. This is pretty accurate about what Guru Sahib probably looked like. Younger man with a very light dadi, probably. So what happens is now, this is 4 years now later, Gatha is going to go into the next battle of Bhangani, the first ferocious battle of Sikh history. And that's fought when Guru Sahib is 20 years old. So I'm leading to that story, which we'll probably do next week. Okay. 500 Pathans come to Pir Buddha Shah. They've been fired from the Mughal army. So Pir Buddha Shah goes to Guru Sahib, and he brings them there to be forgiven, and Guru Sahib offers them salaries, okay? So Guru Sahib takes 500 Muslims, so Pathans, into the Sikh army, into Guru Sahib's army. Okay, very interesting, right? And he gives them good pay, gives them good salaries. It's going to be relevant later. So there we go. Our 10th master, the Bhangani da Yudh, the Battle of Bhangani, that happened in September 18th, 1686, when Guru Sahib was 20 years old. So Guru Sahib was born in what year? Do the math. And Guldeep uncle is born in 66. Exactly 300 years after Guru Gobind Singh. Guru Sahib is born in 1666. I was born in 1966. Wow. Trivia. Trivia. 300 years. 300 years later. Exactly. Raja Bhimchand, son now, is being married to uh, King Fateh Chand's, Raja Fateh Chand's daughter. Okay, there's going to be now a royal wedding among the hill Rajas. Okay, Bhimchand, you remember, was purple guy, slouched, evil. So what he does is he asks Guru Sahib for the elephant, he asks Guru Sahib for that tent, and he asks Guru Sahib for a couple of other gifts that the Sikhs have given to Guru Sahib. And so Guru Sahib knows that his plan is to take all these gifts and not return them because he wants to be a jerk, right? And and so just to create hostility, he's jealous, so he's going to take these gifts and then not return them. And the Sikhs say that this was given to Sache Padshah, so we can't give it to, uh, this false king. What is the point of that, right? So they refuse. They tell Guru Sahib, just tell him no. So Guru Sahib says no, and that angers him more. So now he's now poisoning the other hill Rajas, and they're going to come and now attack Guru Sahib. Okay, Guru Sahib is up in Paonta Sahib, but they're going to now run up and attack